So I basically want to get straight into it. Yeah, so the plan is to get some leetcode problems done. Let's say 2 or 3. Just really high quality problems done to prep for interviews. And then if I get tired or bored, I'm just gonna play some megabonk. Yeah, so straight into first problem. I've already copied the description, so I just want to put it into TL draw so we can work on it. Yeah. So we're given an array of distinct integers candidates and a target integer target, and we need to return a list of unique combinations of candidates where the chosen sum, or where the chosen number is sum to target. We can return the combinations in any order. Same number may be chosen from candidates an unlimited number of times. 2 combinations are unique if at least one of them, or at least one of the chosen numbers is different. The test cases are generated such that the number of unique combinations such that the target is less than 150 combinations for the given input. Okay. So we have the numbers 2, 3, 6, 7. In the first example, the target is 7. Okay, so essentially we just need to build our target using the numbers within candidates. And I'm already sure that it's a backtracking approach that we need to take. So recursion is going to be used here. Let me just adjust the camera real quick. Yeah, so we have, let's say, our input array here. We have 2, 3, 6, 7. So we're allowed to repeat numbers or repeat elements when we're building this. So let's say target is 7. Writing with a mouse is never easy. Okay, let's say target is 7. So we know we can return 2, 2, 3, 4 plus 3, 7. We can also just return 7 on its own. So essentially, I know with backtracking, you're kind of building a tree based off of possible decisions. So we end up having like an exponential time complexity based on the number of choices we can take. And with problems like this, it's normally like the cost of making a decision versus not making it. So choosing an element versus not taking it. So it's normally O of 2 to the n. So an exponential time complexity. Because we have 2 choices and n elements. Yeah, so for example, our first choice would be like if we had nothing, we can either choose the number 2 or not use it. So it'd be like empty like that, and we could do or just nothing here, and then following on from that nothing, we could then pick 3 or then nothing, and then keep moving on that way. And then this one we could have 2 and then 2 again, and then yeah, we just have like a lot of choices there. So I think it would be good to draw the whole tree, but I don't want to do it like that. It's going to take too much time. So essentially what we are trying to do is let me just walk through this, because we can repeat. So when we backtrack, we want to be able to repeat elements. Okay. Then in our actual function, what I want to make sure that gets done is we pick our elements. Yeah, we pick our elements, and then we need to terminate the recursion once we are equal to target or once we're over it, I guess. because we don't want to validate any results where we go over or we're under, if that makes sense. Because we only want to actually return the ones that are equal to the target. So say for example we had something like this. Let me think about it for a second. Let's say we have a class solution. Really rough pseudocode here, but we'll see. Within this class solution, we have a function called public list integer or list integer combination sum. We're taking into array candidates and int target. And we don't want to actually build out that function yet, so we're just gonna create a helper function. So we'll just call it DFS or something. So it's gonna return. Actually, we can make it a void function as well. So private void DFS. It takes in I guess, yeah, it's going to take in our variables from before. So we're going to have our array candidates and targets. We're going to use, what else? Yeah, the list to return. So we're going to have a list, integer for the combinations themselves. So combination list integer list for our results. I guess we'll also keep track of the index that we're at. So the int I. Let's fill out this function now. Because what we want to do first is have a base case check to actually stop the recursion. We don't want to do it anymore. So working on that, then what we would do is just say if our combinations. Oh, actually, let me think about it. No, we have because we clearly have to have a way, because we can't necessarily sum the combination itself. Oh yeah, okay. I remember this from when I've done it before. Essentially what we want to say is if our target is equal to 0, because we every time we backtrack, we just want to take away from target in this function at least. So we work our way back to 0. So if we can get to 0, that means we found the right solution. Okay, so if our target is 0, then we want to say results dot add new array list, a copy of our combination that we had just created, and would also return that. So that's what we would do. And then outside of this if statement, we would then do our backtracking. So the first thing we would do is yeah, so the first thing we would do is try to, we won't update our target yet because we kind of need it for now, at least. So then what we would do is we would think what we have to do is add to our combination. So combination dot add candidates I, right? So we would add the current candidate element at least, and then we would try backtracking. So then we would DFS candidates, DFS candidates targets, or candidates targets minus candidates I. Combination results, and then I, right? This is where I feel like I'm gonna trip up, because knowing whether I want to, no, well, at this stage I know we're not gonna go back one index, but I feel like going forward or staying the same is what's catching me here, because if I want to use 2 again, right, it doesn't make sense for me to move forward to 3 straight away. Let's see. Yeah, so let's just say I did it like this and then backtrack. So let's say combination dot remove candidate, or combination dot size, and this one, so the last element that we added, and then do another one. So DFS candidates target candidate. Or since we're removing an element, would this just be candidates target combination I plus 1, or I results plus 1. I haven't done backtracking in a while, so I'm assuming this is close at least. So then in the main function, what we would do is say initialize our results. So this integer list, and then we would just perform our DFS here. So DFS candidates target, or the new array list here because we didn't initialize combination, then results, and then starting at 0, and then we would just put gotta call this one results. This is kind of close enough. So I guess I could try it out. See how it goes. Just put it in. Might not work straight away, but we can tweak it. What's missing? Missing a comma. In candidates, array candidates, in target list integer combination list. I don't know how that got there, to be honest. Yeah, compiler. What's wrong? Missing a bracket? No. Result of that new array list combination. If target is 0, results dot new a copy of our combination. But if I took that out, then we would still get an error. I know, like the syntax should be right. I don't know. So I don't think I'm missing anything here though. Let's see, am I missing anything above? So if our target is 0, when I add to results, wait, let me just verify this because I'm pretty sure I didn't make any mistake. Let's see. Oh, wait, how did I not see that? Okay, so we have 2 parentheses on the left and then 1 over here. I thought I had that there. Yeah, no, we're gonna get return errors or whatever. The recursion, yeah, okay. So we have a stack overflow because the recursion is going too long. So that means we're not updating the index correctly. Okay, so indices are not getting updated the right way. So combination, we should be adding combination like this. Pretty sure. But everything else, not so sure. I'll fight the fatigue and get some water. Like, get rid of all of this. So 15, lines 15 and 19. But we not do that here? That sucks. Okay, so what I'm thinking instead, what we can do is be a bit more safe about how we're approaching that. So for example, let's assume we get rid of this, and let's say if our target ever goes below 0, we also know that can't be our target because we're meant to be doing a subtraction. So if our target is less than 0, then we would just break. Pretty sure. So then let's do this. So we'll say for actually, let's do this. We do need a start index is what I was trying to do, because I know there's an index involved somewhere. So in I will start I is less than it's not think. So going over every element in candidates, and then from there I want to say that we take each candidate and try and do our sum that way. So this way that we don't have to worry about the updating the index like I was doing before. So I think it makes more sense this way. So the first thing you would do then is candidates or combination. Right. And then after that, post addition to the thing, then we would just do our DFS. So simply DFS of candidates target minus candidates I. So then we don't have to worry about like an addition and a plus, if that makes sense. So yeah, so candidates target minus I combination. Results. I don't think we don't have to update our start at all. We can just add start there, and then combination. We would just remove the last element we added. So combination dot size -1. Break outside switch or loop. Wait, no, we're not breaking out of a loop. So would it just be a return? Then? Okay, we're getting close. We're actually returning value now. So if we're wrong, I'm assuming it's just we didn't update our start index correctly. Let me, okay. Thought someone was in the chat, but it's just a message I put in there. Yeah, so if you're watching this later, make sure to follow my socials. And actually, let me just do the rest of the commands while we're waiting as well. So I have a bunch of commands. So I recently set up a Discord server as well. So if you want to join that, it's a lot easier to talk to me there because I get the notifications directly. So !Discord, the link should be there. And also the project I'm working on, hoping to get some initial users using it. So !Brandalyze for that to be what we're looking for. Hopefully the commands do work eventually. Yeah, there we go. Nightbot's a bit delayed on YouTube. I don't know why. It's a lot faster on Twitch, but I prefer streaming on YouTube. It has better discoverability. But if I had a bigger following, I would stream on Twitch. Because, I guess the live streaming experience is better. Yeah, so let's take a look at, oh, that's why. So instead of using start as the index, we're using I, since we're actually iterating on I. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright, cool. Yeah, okay, 25 minutes for medium. What you would expect, I guess, anywhere within 20 to 25 minutes would be optimal. 30 minutes even, depending on the level that they're expecting at the interview. 30 would be fine too. But you know, LeetCode inflation is happening right now, so people expect you to be better and better. Yeah, so next problem would be hold, where's my list? I'm doing the grind 75 list right now. I think it's the most efficient way to prep with time constraints that aren't certain. Okay. Merge intervals is the next problem. Cool. All right. Okay, so if I can get this problem done, who knows, I might just play some megabonk for just to relax for a bit or something. I don't know. Okay, merge intervals is solved. Can't remember what topic it's on. I probably shouldn't be. Okay, so it's just a sorting problem. Okay, so we're not told if they're in sorted order to begin with. They are in the example. They are here. They're not here. So yeah, okay. We're not gonna assume that they're sorted. And we're just returning a brand new array with the sorted values. Okay, so back to TL draw for this. These are the kind of problems that I really want to lock in on, because arrays problems can vary so much. Very important to actually understand arrays really well. Yeah, because you can get any kind of array problem. So being able to manipulate arrays and like traverse navigate them in all ways that you can is very important. So what I'm thinking about doing is, yeah, so first thing I actually want to do is just sort the array. Type that out. No point in writing that. So sort the array. So I'll use the example that isn't sorted for this. So for example, we have this array, 1 or 4 7 1 4. So we're gonna take that and yeah, okay, so we're gonna take the array itself and Nightbot is distracting me. Taking the array itself, and we're just gonna convert it, right? So it's gonna become 1 4 7 after sorting it. But I guess we're gonna have to do a custom sort because we want to sort it based off of the first element within the individual array, right? So based off start time, and then we're just gonna go all the way through any but the problem that actually comes is if we have multiple overlaps, like in the first one, say we have 4 elements, we end up getting 3 here because we're gonna keep kind of compacting them and compressing them as we continue to merge them. So I'm thinking while loops. So we have to find some condition that we evaluate to be true that gives us the ability to actually continue merging the intervals as the problem says. Yeah, so I mean, at a basic level, we have this after sorting 1 4 4 7. But then after merging, just gonna turn that to 1 7. Yeah, so based off of start time, so it's gonna be some condition like all the way through to be some condition like if our we have to need to find the first start time and second start time. So we have an element. We're gonna be comparing two elements every time. So let's say if start one, or I guess it's more so about is if we're sorted them, the start time on the left should already be less than or equal. So should be based off of end time. So we'll say if n1 is less than or equal to n2, then we would merge them, something like that. But the while condition is the thing that's gonna trip me up here. Yeah, let's look at this one. So we have 1 6 8 10. Since intervals 1 and 3, 2 and 6 overlap, we merge them into 1 6. They're the only overlapping there. So yeah, I get that, but since that's still only one merge, they kind of saved, or I wouldn't call it saved, but they kind of hid the harder parts of the problem. I would have liked to evaluate a harder case. Also too tired to try and think of one right now. I'm just thinking of the while case, because a couple of days ago, when I did stream, I think maybe it was off stream, I can't remember, it was on stream, we did it was another merge intervals type of question, but I don't think it was like a single, no, I think it was a single interval that we had to merge into an array of intervals, so it wasn't as complex. So I guess, yeah, I feel like this is probably just an array manipulation type of thing. So we would just go through all of the intervals that were given. After sorting them, of course, we sort by start time. And then we would just compare the times. So we'd have to have like an array list as well to store our results. And then convert it back to an array, because we don't know what size it's going to be until the end. I guess what I can do is just do what I'm sure of, and then get closer to a solution. It's not hard to work on these on stream, especially late at night. I should probably, if I'm gonna stream, I should stream earlier. Good. Let's try something. Okay. And let's say if say base case, if intervals is null, or if we have nothing in intervals, we want to return a new int array that contains a new int size 0, like that, maybe. And then let's say arrays dot sort intervals can't remember how to do this really. Is it about taking the results list and sorting that, or sorting the initial array? I think yes, definitely the initial array. So for sorting the initial array, I just need to compare them based off of start time. So what I want to do is take value AB, integer dot compare. Say interval for A0. A0, B0. Or I could have just done like A0 minus B0 instead of integer dot compare, but I feel like this is a more it's an easier to read way to do that. So the next thing I do is have this list. So a list of int arrays called merged. So once we merge them, then we get a result after and return them. So make this an even list. You know, we can use an array list here because they're dynamic. We don't have to specify size because it would be really hard with a dynamic or with a static array. So let's say our first interval will be the first interval. And we know that that's the place we're going to start. So let's say int current is going to be 0. And we're going to add that to merge so we can actually start. So add merge. Then we want to go over every single interval. So let's say for int array interval in intervals, this is where things get weird, but the only thing I know for sure is that we have a start time. So start time will be equal to interval 0, end time so we've just basically extracted or destructured the interval array to have a start time and end time, and then we'll compare the two. So we need to actually find a way to check the intervals for not the intervals, but the values of one interval and the other, and see if the previous interval, since they're sorted by start time, we need to make sure if the end times coincide with each other. So if the one on the right has a later end time than the other, then we merge them because they're different intervals then. That makes sense. Ooh, yeah. But we also need to make sure that the end time cuts off before the next interval start time as well. Okay. So we have end time, start time. I was trying to use this to find the results. So let's say we have, I mean, current, we have to compare them to current, so we don't need to compare them to current start time at all. Let's say current end equal to current one, right? And then essentially we have current start and end time, right? Sorry. Current have both start and end times. Then we have to basically merge them. So let's say if our end time here or wait, let me kind of like outline this because I'm gonna confuse myself unless I'm sure. So this is our initial, right? Right. So essentially the condition that we need to make sure of is if our start time on the next one is less than or equal to the end here, then we merge them. Okay. First and foremost. So we say if start time, so that's our interval after the one that we just made. So start time is less than or equal to current end. Then we need to add to merged, or no, we need to overwrite the value. So we'll say current end, right? So no, we're not going to change current end. We're going to change current one. If we change current end directly, it's going to mess up the calculation. So we'll say current one is equal to the max of the two, right? So the max of current end and start time. Because yeah, the two things we're comparing. Okay. Otherwise, we don't want, right? So we need to go to the next interval. So we turn our, essentially what we're doing here is that we say current this interval, we make the interval our new current, and then we add that to merged. Because if we don't change it, we just add it. So merged dot add interval. The problems like this, like they're not hard necessarily. It's more so that like the amount of thinking, if you're not in the right like thought process, you just kind of go wrong somewhere. Then I guess like the last thing you would do is just convert it, right? So then you would just return merge up to array. But if I converted merged to an array, is it gonna actually contain the values? Or yeah, wait, let's see. Or Oh, it's all like is 0. Okay, let's say type. Oh, this should be double there. Object cannot be converted to int. Return merge to array. So I actually have to specify some there. So let's say new int array. Merge dot slash. So we won't worry about the number of columns. We just need the length of the actual array. Okay, yeah, what's wrong now? We have 1.3 instead of 1.6. Okay, so essentially I messed up somewhere. So if I took the max of these two, right? So basically what I compared here was current end, which was 3, and start time was 2. So I compared 3 and 2, and then 3 was bigger, so 3 ended up there. So instead what I should have done was compare the ends of both, right? So I want 6 there, so I changed start time to end, and hopefully that fixes everything. Nice, nice. Okay. Ooh, okay. I know it's a bit early, but my brain is fried. So I might just start. Okay, let me check the next problem on the list. Okay, so we've done merge intervals. The next one is supposed to be an easy. So I'm just gonna take a break and play some megabonk for a bit. See how that goes. So I'll just minimize this and close that. How do I set this up properly? Okay, so I'm gonna move my OBS over here for a bit. And then we're gonna swap the display. Wait, no, this is the, yeah, okay, perfect. Cool, okay. I'm only gonna do one round, or one run, because I know megabonk can, like, take, like, half an hour. I don't want to spend half an hour playing. Because I still have stuff to do today. I can't spend all day doing leetcode as much as I want to. Okay, hopefully I don't lag or anything. Might have to cap the FPS if it's too slow. Yeah. Let's see, who should I pick? Let's see how it works. I'm just gonna make sure I watch the frames. Okay, for now it looks alright, I guess. There is a bit of input lag. I've been having fun playing this because it's kind of like a turn off your brain kind of game. Not much to think about, you know? But when the swarms start happening, I hope I don't like lose so much frames that the game crashes or something. I don't know. Need to find more vases. XP tome. That's unfortunate. Come on. Oh, damn it. I'm gonna die. Over there. Okay, I'm saved. Damn it. That hurts. Shit. Can't get that. I need more. I need more speed. Funny hop for a bit. Tone. Should have probably taken the Aegis, but it's okay. Perfect. I need a second weapon soon. Go for this one because it's a chest right next to it. Perfect. Let's get some poison. Yeah, sure, why not? Anything to help me move faster. Go for difficulty. The boss spawn right now is not what I want. Shards. We found the boss portal. Let's go for this upgrade. Max HP. Okay. Hope I can get this. Weave. Lovely. Extra jumps. Jumping way too high. Damn it. I need HP regen. If I die, I'll just go back to leetcode. Doesn't matter when or if. Like that. Need to find like a magnet or something to get more levels. Yeah, that's not ideal to be happening right now. Over them, yes. Jump over them again. Again. Yeah, there's some health down there. If I can make it to it. Nice. This is not the best run so far. Not getting anything worthwhile right now. Pretty bad. Up we go. You need to give me like a nuke or something. Let's see. Yeah, I can't kill all these. Damn it. Okay, back to leetcode we go. Next problem was majority element. Okay. Given an array size n, return the majority element. So the majority element is the element that appears more than n divided by 2 times. You may assume that the majority element always exists in the array. Okay. But luckily this one is not hard at all, I'm pretty sure. But confidence could kill me right now, so let's say if nums, I mean, we've been told that the majority element is there no matter what, but let's just do some tests just because it's good for interviews. So if nums is null or nums has no elements, let's just do one line. Return. Ooh, can't have a return then. Let's return -1. Actually, we're not told if we can have negatives as well. So let's see. Constraints. Yeah, okay. So we can't have a majority element there. Okay, so let's not use that case. Let's go with if nums.length, nums.length is 1. Let's return. Don't need that actually. Just return 0. And I guess even if num's length was less or less than or equal to 2, we should be able to return num 0 because it should be the majority. If we have 2 elements, we are going to have a majority element. Anyway, let's go with let's say map of integers to integer. A frequency map. So essentially, very high level summary to get it done quickly, because we might be able to finish before 1 hour on the clock exactly. Take each frequency. We're going to go over all of the actual stored frequencies. If the frequency is greater than the length of our array divided by 2, then we return that, and that's it. I know there is probably a better way to do it, but this is very, very simple. So might as well let's just say it's equal to, let's say 4. Oh, we don't need a for loop. No, we do. Okay. So for int nums, say frequency map output num and frequency map get or default num or 0 that's 1. Yeah, lovely. Got our frequencies. Then we're just gonna go can I do it in the same, thinking about it now, because we're adding our frequency, right? I say if frequency map.get num is greater than or more than n divided by 2 times, so we'll say greater than n divided by 2. I wonder if this works. I should but I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Let's just say it's or num because I don't know what to return now. Because we don't have, wait, yeah, because we can't have a return here. Or maybe I could just go like int equal. So we'll just, yeah, let's go like that. Majority elements. And then just yeah, okay. Yeah, I figured that would work. Yeah, that is slow as well. I'm thinking there's probably just like an array way of doing it, right? By just using a counter. Which is probably the last way I used to do it, but let's see. Last solution. Okay, so speed, yeah, we used an array, or this is probably the hash map solution as well. Hash map solution 2, yeah. Okay, so it beats 23%, but the major, okay. I was about to say, because the majority of solutions are on this side. I mean, they're all O of n anyway, but yeah, using a counter, like I said. Yeah, I'm not too worried, not too fussed about that. Yeah, okay, W stream. Hopefully again tomorrow or today, later today, we'll see you. Bye bye.